Good morning, everyone. Welcome into the Skool Morning Show. That's right. We talk about school, but not like the little kiddie school. No, this is for adults, big people, online communities, not like Circle or Kajabi. No, that's all a bunch of trash. Trash, get out of here. No, we talk about school, the good one. It's the best. And I'm here with Jenna. What's up?
Lizard.
Are you all right?
Lizard.
It's like you're dying over there.
You got me with the school. I never know what's gonna happen when you're introducing us. I'm just like, so what is it gonna be this time? I can't even guess. Like, I could guess a LaCroix maybe, or like a Waterloo for Sam, or the fact that bum 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 bum, Sam was wearing jorts.
He was. We were right, and Alex is wearing pants. We guessed that last week. We were both correct. They wore the correct attire. I was really excited. Alex is in his pants season.
Yes. Yay.
Yay for pants. You know why you can never guess what I'm going to say? Because I don't even know. I don't even know. I just literally hit live not knowing what's going to come out of my mouth.
That's funny. I mean, it makes sense too. There's times where I do that, or I'm just like, or have you ever had this moment where you end up like talking and you know that you're going to say something, but then it like leaves your brain and you're like, oh no, come back, where are you?
All the time. I just told you right before we got on, I couldn't remember the name of the software that we used to go live. It totally left my brain, even though we've used it for like 60 days in a row.
Yes, and we used it for like what, a whole year? Last year?
I know.
No, the year before?
And not only that, I've used it for every podcast client that I've had over the past like 5 years.
So I feel like that means that we're pretty much like,
yeah, it's gonna be an interesting day. But here's the thing: we're talking about what happened on school this week. This episode's like my baby. I love this episode. It's just my favorite episode we do all week.
it is a fun one. I like talking about like all the things that happen, but talking about the things that happen. How was your morning?
It was. I went for a walk, and I tried to take like a 30-minute walk. It ended up being like a 90-minute walk because I just started getting pissed off.
Like that?
Oh, close. It's also kind of cold, so I was like sweating and freezing at the same time, just angry and just like muttering to myself. And my neighbors were like, "What is wrong with this guy?"
They're like, Eric's officially lost it. We cannot make our lawn any prettier than his lawn.
No.
Or was it about something else?
No, it's about the school games episode that they did a couple days ago. At first, when I heard it, I was like excited, and then I felt vindicated, and then I started getting pissed off because there were so many things that they talked about that I have been saying for years that people argue with me about, and it turns out I wasn't wrong. I was just early. So yeah.
See?
Yeah.
And here's something that I would take away from that is that, and maybe this isn't the best idea, but in this case, I think it's a good idea. It's where like, hey, if I know I'm right, I don't need anyone else's validation. Like, if I know I'm right, cool. Prove me wrong. And don't prove me wrong by your theories or you just talking. Like, show me actually that I'm wrong. And then I'm open and I'm totally cool. Like, one of my favorite things is like, I'm not scared to fail and I'm not scared to be wrong because I know that I'm very like quick and I'll change if need be. If there's something wrong and you can show me that I'm wrong, cool. I will change my mind. I'm not going to sit there and be like, no, I'm still right. You know, like
Right.
it's cool.
Happy to.
But
change your mind.
if you can't prove me wrong and all you're doing is telling me theory and BS and stuff, I'm probably going to lose like a little aspect of respect for you because what I've done is like, for me, I know the way that I get to like a conclusion is I did all the research. I know what I'm talking about.
Or you have experience.
I'm not going to just pull
I'm not going to talk out of my ass.
Uh-oh. So did anything happen crazy yesterday?
I feel like you realize I was about to go off on like a
Yep.
crash out.
No crash outs. How was yesterday?
I have a crazy story actually, but before I get into that crazy story, I just want to bring this up that Jennifer actually has my coffee. Nice. Nice. We're all drinking coffee except me. I'm drinking LaCroix.
I am drinking coffee and I'm drinking ice water.
Yeah. Okay, this is a weird story. Trigger warning. It's a little bit graphic. Maybe I won't get into like the gory bits, but it was so strange. Okay, you ready?
Is it gonna be like this?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be like that. So I have 3 cats. 2 cats that live inside, 1 cat that lives in my garage. It's my little garagito. And it has the perfect life. It has a nice backyard that it can play in, and then it's got a cushy bed in my garage. I feed it. It's living the life. I have it out there to so it'll kill all the rats. But it has been, I don't know what it was thinking, but yesterday it went on a killing spree. First it killed 1 squirrel and it dragged it like into this little nest area that it has. And then it went and killed another squirrel and put it right next to that squirrel. Then it went and killed the chipmunk. And I'm like, what are all of these rodents doing? And why is my cat building like a rodent death pile? And
Oh
then,
my gosh.
This is where it gets weird though. This adorable, actually kind of a huge rabbit comes into my yard and it walks up to the death pile. And I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, do you not see do you not see all of your buddies? And maybe that's what it was doing. Maybe it was looking for its friends. Like, I don't know, like Secrets of Nim style or something. And so I open up the window and I start yelling at it and clapping. And I'm like, get out of here. You're going to die. And then you can like see my cat, looking at it all intensely, like it was about to pounce. And I'm clapping and yelling and the rabbit would not leave. It was just staring at me. And so I don't know if there was something supernatural going. I think my cat might be a wizard, or maybe it set some kind of trap, but it was really strange. I don't know what was going on.
Man, I thought that was going to get worse because here's the thing. Rabbits will, like, if they sense, like, something like their babies are going to die or something like that, they will eat it.
Oh, wait, yeah. I just got a comment of someone saying that. Let me bring it up.
Yeah.
We'll see. Jennifer says, but bunnies will eat meat?
Mm-hmm.
I did not. Do you think it was just looking for a snack?
Possibly.
Oh my gosh. But it was really weird. I didn't even get to the gory bits, but yeah,
part of it is that, like, for rabbits, they do need protein, but the other part is, like, if they sense that kind of stuff, what they're going to do is they're going to protect their area. They're like, we have to get rid of this so we don't invite predators. And that's why, yeah. It could have gotten worse. You just didn't know.
What a strange moment to join. Yeah, I was just telling that story. Honestly, it felt supernatural because why was she making a pile of bodies? And why did they just keep coming to their death? It was really strange.
Yeah, that's gross. So you had a crash out this morning, and you had a pile of dead bodies.
Yep.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as, like, remember yesterday after we ended the live, we were talking about, like, different thoughts that we were gonna do for school stuff, and then I'm like, I'm not gonna say it, but, like, I said something, and I was like, oh yeah, I probably shouldn't use, like, school and this word together.
It sounded so wrong.
It was crazy. Just a crazy day.
Arden is begging us to move on, so let's move on from the bunnies. Something happened to you also. I don't know what it is, but something happened to you.
Oh yeah, you were asking if I had my air conditioner go wonky, do something weird. So we had called our AC guy, and he lives like about an hour away, and he came up here. He came up here to confirm everything that my friends and my parents know, and it's that I like to live in a refrigerator. Because he was telling me, apparently the temperature, right? Mm-hmm. The temperature the difference between AC and refrigeration is the 68 is the temperature, and I like to have my temp at 67. I
Six,
don't
seven.
care. Yeah, 67.
That's really cold, Jenna.
I know, but there are like reasons for that. And so he was telling me, he was like, yeah, these are some reasons. He was showing me all about humidity and etc. But yeah, he was like, you can leave it at 67 if you want, and but we changed it to 69 so that
Nice.
it wouldn't have so many issues. But yeah, what happened was one part was freezing up, and so like the ice fell into this like fan area, and so it was like and that's why we called him. I was like, bruh, I don't think it's supposed to make that sound. And
We
so
keep ours at 70 because my whole family will freeze. Like I like it. Like if it were me, I would keep it on like 6, maybe even colder because I'm really hot natured. But they like if I put it a degree below 70, they will complain. And happy household. I'd rather just be hot.
I'd rather be cold. I'm like, my philosophy is yes, I do. I want to live in an igloo. My philosophy is you can put more clothes on if you want. I cannot take more clothes off. So
That's true.
that's where we go with.
That's very true.
But yeah.
Very true. This explains a
Anyways.
lot. Sarah asked, are you okay on this full moon date? That explains it. That's why all this weird feelings and strange phenomenons have been happening over the past few hours.
Yes.
I'm feeling
Who
it in
am
my
I?
bones. I don't even know who
Who
I
are
am.
we? Where are we? Are we on StreamYard? Do you know what StreamYard is called?
I don't know. We have so much to talk about today that we're
Yeah.
probably going to do a part 2 of this on Monday because so much happened on school this week. But before we do that, what's next?
We have you got to remember, if you want to chat with us live, go to the post and comment there, and he'll throw you up.
I'll throw you up.
Oh, yeah.
I will throw anything you want to say in the What is School post. I'll throw it up. Here, I'll give you an example right now of me throwing up. We need a throwing up sound.
No. How about no?
Okay.
How about and then
we
if you
go.
want to help support the school morning show, don't be like our. No, I'm just kidding. Why does oh yeah, you're an Android user.
Huh?
That'd be sad. Emojis
Whatever.
look
We're not
weird.
going to get into that. You're going to make me crash out again.
Okay. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, blah 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 blah. Okay, let's go to the school shout out.
Okay, we have we actually have 2 school shout outs. Oh.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah! School shout out time. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? First school shout out. Oh, it's so tiny. The photo project. So I didn't know what this community was until I heard yesterday on Matthew's post. He interviewed the lady who did the photo project. I thought it was just people taking pictures, but what she does is she helps people organize their pictures. Like you got all the pictures in like Google Photos or all the pictures you take on your phone. It's like so niche. She just helps people do that. And it's just like one thing. And I'm like, that's genius. Just one single problem. That's like, maybe that's what I should do. I'll just pick one small problem and help somebody figure it out. I loved it. But she won the school games. She's making $30K a month, 4% churn, absolutely crushing.
How many photos do you have in your phone?
Well, I have Google Photos. So I have...
So how many photos do you have?
I don't know. It's got to be tens of thousands.
I'm looking at mine now, and it says that I have 48,289 items.
Do you back them up, though?
I might need to join this lady's.
So actually, I already have all my photos backed up on the cloud, and I doubly backed them up on an SSD drive, or whatever they're called. Because growing up as a millennial, like from the 90s, there's zero picture. Well, I have like one picture of me as a baby, almost none of me as a child. And so it's kind of sad, but my children, they get like 20 pictures of them a day. Like I have their entire history growing up. And I want to keep them safe, it's important to me. So this is
I think it
really
is
cool thing.
important. My mom was one of those craft memories, whatever they call them. I think it's called like craft books or memory books or something like that. Anyways, her and her friends would have like, get-togethers at each other's house, tables everywhere, pictures everywhere, books, stickers, papers, and they would like just make journals of our photos and like little notes and stuff like that. So it was like instilled into me from an early age that we take photos. But there
That's
was a
good.
phase. There was
Yeah.
a phase I did not want to take photos, and I went back and I looked, and like this phase, I'm just every single photo I'm sticking my tongue out. So my mom had made a whole page of me just like bombing her photos,
That's
and
so
I'm like,
funny.
so embarrassing.
And you know, maybe that's why I don't remember a whole lot of my childhood, because there's nothing to remind me. Or it
Well.
could be the trauma.
That's for another episode. We'll get a therapist here.
All right, but back to
Okay,
the
so
photo
we have-
project. Something else that she does that's pretty cool
Uh-huh.
is her traffic. She's running Facebook ads to a free, basically a webinar, like each week, and then she's funneling those people into her school, and she's crushing.
Nice.
So webinars still work.
Webinars.
Yep. And then we
However,
got
Sim
our
says it.
next
Our next one.
Our next one is. Oh yeah, we got another one. Here we go. Are you ready? This is such a long sound.
I know.
PM Mastermind. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this.
So,
does. Like, you have to tell me about it.
PM stands for project management, right?
Okay.
So she's teaching people how to be project managers. And right now, to get into the project management space, there's like some certifications that will help you make sure that you get that role. And she also has noticed that like there's a lot of people that want to go into project management, or they have experience and they're just not building like portfolios. So currently right now she's running this like portfolio workshop, like it's coming up, to help people make exactly what they need so they can land that job. And these jobs like bring in pretty good. I think she said like starting is like 50K, which is pretty good for someone in a starting role, you know?
Yeah.
So
you sent this to me yesterday or the day before. She was on TikTok Live doing just I don't know how often she goes live, but she was wearing a school sweater, which is really neat. And I watched her for a little bit, and she crushes. She knows what she's doing on TikTok
she really
Lives.
does. And I had to, so you know when you're on lives, like I saw it and I was like, oh well, I have to stop and listen. And as I was listening, she was doing such a good job. I was like, I have to shout her out, because I'd never seen her before. And so like probably maybe like in post or something, you know, I might have like come across her name, but I didn't know her. And so I just messaged her in the live. I was like, hey, Schoolers Mod here. I would love to shout you out if that's okay. And she was like, oh yes, of course, you know. And so then I'm like trying to screenshot a picture. And so I had several screenshots of her, and I think, is there room for me to throw?
For
a
you to
photo?
throw up?
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Let me see.
But she's also a school games winner, which is
Yeah.
neat. I don't know what her other traffic sources are / were. I don't know if she's only doing that.
Yeah, so this school sweater is what I saw when I was scrolling.
I want
And
it.
I was like, yes, that is I immediately stopped as soon as I saw the school thing.
Yep.
She did a really, really good job. It's like exactly everything that I've said when I talk to other people about doing lives is you need to make sure that you're showing up as the expert, and like let them ask questions, read the question out loud, because like now you're hitting all the keywords out there, and then answer. And she was a little bit behind because she is scrolling through everybody's questions, and then some people spam them, but she didn't give them shit for spamming, you know.
Yeah.
She
It
was
helps
just
if you have
really
mods.
kind. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, she's
But,
won the school games, and she absolutely did amazing. I don't do live. Who does lives? We never go live.
What is this? Okay.
But I want to.
She did a really good job.
Talk back to the other shout out. If you can click the other one, it's the photo project one. Arden, that's the wrong question. Dang, Arden. Hold on, let me grab his other
Arden,
question.
what the heck?
Arden, that's rude. Hold on, let me grab his other question, because I think you will probably have a good answer to this.
Okie dokie.
Arden when would you guys do it like her, run traffic to a webinar / workshop rather than the about page? Well, let me preface with this. She already was selling a bunch of courses, and so she had a proven offer, and then she just moved it to Skool.
Okay, but when you're asking, like, if you're running ads to the webinar versus running ads to the about page, for her specifically, so this is not for everybody else, but for her specifically, it would be the fact that she's doing something that some apps, like some AI apps out there, can probably do for you. And I know that they do offer that. Like, I've seen a good bit that go like, bro, you have too many photos, you know? And for her, she's going to get to showcase why they should join. So I'm guessing that she's going to have a higher conversion and then a lower retention, because in this workshop she's explaining why to choose her over these other services that are out there. She's going to probably be able to connect with them better, so it's more personal, especially because, like, when you think about your photos and how you want to make sure that your photos, you never lose them, like Eric was saying, you're going to want to have one of those, like, I trust this person to not accidentally delete my stuff. Like, that's why I won't use those other services out there. I do not trust, like, some sort of, like, AI thing or even software to not mess up and accidentally get rid of a photo that means a lot to me. So she's going to be building that connection through, like, a webinar workshop, and then probably also showing them how Skool works, which is really important when you're bringing people off of platform. And as they do that, they're going to join in and then get, like, probably a win immediately.
Did you hear what happened the other day? There was a company that was using OpenClaw, and it deleted the entire company's data and the backups unprompted. It just gave the company gave the AI just full access to all of its information, and it basically deleted the whole company.
Oh my. That's like when I hear people that give access to their schools, like they'll give somebody their login, and I'm like, what the heck are you thinking? Like, somebody could do so many things with your login, so just, like, don't do that. Like, I don't care if you don't want to do something, like, figure out a way that they can do it from their own account, you know?
Yeah.
Never give access to something that people could just delete everything.
Mm-hmm. Sarah said that she has a very ideal client and offer. Yeah, she had already proven it before, and she knew what she was doing. So, yeah, shout out.
And you also have to think about, like, how are people closing? Some people feel better closing via webinar because that's, like, what they know, you know, and then other people feel better doing it on a sales call or whatever. So you have to go with what you're good at. Remember, who were we talking about at one point? I know we did recently, where it was like, it doesn't matter if there's one way that is working for somebody and another person says, hey, this way's, like, better. No, do the one that's, like, working for you and you feel confident in, right?
Yeah, that's what I always tell people when they're trying to choose a traffic source, specifically, like, which content platform am I going to post on. It's like, whatever one you feel most comfortable with, because that's the one you're actually going to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because, like, with the workshop thing, just to finalize that part real quick, remember how we've talked about, like, running workshops in, like, other communities and stuff? You're getting it's almost basically like a live. So back when we were talking about Veronica, do we want to bring up the post where I, like, explained it in more detail? What I experienced?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay. So I was explaining, like, some of the things that she did in her live. Essentially what this is, like, her going live and doing this kind of Q&A could be just as, because of how much detail she did, it could be considered the same as a workshop, because people were able to get a win from just the knowledge that she was sharing from being on the live. If the person's doing a webinar, you're able to also give people a win, whether it's knowledge or showing them something simple that they could do, like, here's one way to get rid of the duplicates, etc., you know. Mm-hmm. And or here's how to save. what you're doing is you're trying, before you're getting people in, you're giving them a taste of what it's like to work with you. It's exactly what, like, we could just jump straight into school news stuff, because he's saying, like, the people that do a live go live the most. I said it right here. The guys who go live the most and the longest make the most money. That could be interchanged with, like, for people in school, the guys who do the most workshops and do the, like, get people the quickest win make the most money. Like, it's doing those things more often, and you're going to get better at it. You're going to give people more chances to see that you're the expert. He even talked about doing content. So I think
Don't
we
get me
should talk
started.
about this. Doing content where you're interviewing somebody.
Yep. Actually, he has this thing called Hermosi Highlights, which I don't know why I didn't think about this before. It's freaking genius. So this is a separate channel. It's not longs like, 15, 20-minute videos. They're not shorts. They're like somewhere in the range of 3 to 7 minute videos. And he's posting like 10 videos a day. And he's using AI, but you could do this yourself where I don't know what they're using, maybe like Opus Clip, or they built something themselves, but he's interviewing. He's I don't know if he's interviewing his clients or if he's like actually like helping his clients live. But
Well, okay, so one guy, he said it he has one guy running this channel. The one guy
Mids.
is running
Thank
this.
you.
Yeah, mids. There's one guy running it, and he is making all the clips. Like, that's his full-time job all day long, is to make these highlights and stuff. And all of these are from Mosey Mondays. Like, right,
Okay.
the first row.
That's where I recognize it.
Yeah, and
But-
you go through that, you could see him talking. Any content that's out there, he's taking those clips from.
Yeah, his podcast, his YouTube lives, his where he's actually helping people. It's kind of funny. He called it. What did he call it? It was like a self-licking ice cream cone. What did he call it?
I don't remember, but he's really good at coming up with great names.
But basically, like, it does two things. Like, instead of like coming up with content for your business, you're making content while you're doing business. So this is something he would have done anyway. So he might as well just clip it up and put it out as content. Two birds with one stone. And honestly, people like that stuff anyways. Like this, like whole, like really polished, I don't know, like YouTuber style videos. People don't like that anymore because it's so easy to make nowadays that really, if you wanted to stand out, it's better if you're a little less polished, a little more raw.
So this is what I was doing with clients before school. Like, when people have asked, like, how do you do live? I'm like, what you do is you get something like a Q&A going. You read the question out loud and you answer it, because then you take that whole live and you end up clipping it up. And so when you're saying the lives, like the question live, that right there is the key words. It's exactly how the person would word it. And then you answer them. And now you're showing your expertise because you answer those questions.
Yep. And he said this is working best for him right now out of all the things he's doing as far as like getting clients, which is pretty cool. But yeah, he's like said, he's recording onboarding calls, these events, like, anything. Gary Vee does that too. Like anytime he's having a conversation with someone, there's a camera on him and it ends up being somewhere. Like, they're putting out crazy amounts of content. Okay, and this is a hill that I will absolutely die on. I don't care what anybody says. The whole quality versus quantity argument, absolutely, it's quantity. Because when you're first starting out, you don't even know what quality is. Like, you could spend 5 hours making a piece of content when you're first starting. I can make the same piece of content in 5 minutes, and mine's going to beat yours because you don't even know what good is. And when I first started making content, yeah, I was putting out 30 pieces of video, short 30 raw videos a day. Each one takes me 30 seconds to make. So I'm probably spending the same amount of time making that. And that's how I learned to talk. That's how I learned to make hooks. That's how I learned to do everything. It just the reps. So instead of spending a super long time freaking trying to do something that you don't even know how to do, practice. Make a bunch of videos like this. And he's putting out 10, 15 videos a day. I know he has a team, but the guy that he hired to do it is using like an AI clipper. He's honestly probably not spending that much time to do it.
Yeah, just making sure that they all get out there and reviewing all of it and making sure that it's good, like he's probably testing different things too and going back and seeing which ones work well and which ones hit the most, you know?
Hmm.
Kind of like what you've talked about too is going out there. You sent me something where it's like the guy's making 50 videos on TikTok and then putting them on Instagram when they are the good
it's
ones.
that testing ground. It's that testing ground philosophy that I've been talking about. And the guy it was TJR. He's an absolute asshole, crypto scammer. But he is
Okay.
he is crushing on as being an influencer essentially. Is he will literally pick up his phone anytime he has a thought with his front camera, record a video, don't edit it, just post it. He'll do 50 of those a day, and most of them don't get a whole lot of views. But the ones that do, that's a winning piece of content. And then he'll go throw it up on Instagram. So no, Instagram feed is just full of this winning content that's going to crush, which means the algorithm's going to love him, which means he's going to get more further pushed out. So he's kind of using TikTok as his testing ground. And I can't tell you how many people I know doing that are just absolutely. And you could do the same thing. If you don't want to be on TikTok, you could do that with trial reels on Instagram.
Well, when we were talking about school news, it's like there's so many gold nuggets. I think we're also going to go over some of it on Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we're going to do? Okay.
Yeah, because there was just so much from that episode that it's going to take us too long to talk about it.
Right. But is there something else that stood out from this recording that we could at least mention right now that was super impactful? Or for anyone listening, remember to go comment in the What is School post
something
and we'll
that
bring it up.
Another thing that I've been saying for a while is views don't matter, like really in the long run. I found that to be true too. Like with the video, when I've gone super viral, those videos have never really sold anything. It's the smaller, more like niche videos that gets way less views are the ones that actually sell. And so instead of focusing on views, you need to focus on saves. Like that's the metric you should be looking at, because that's someone's looking at that saying, oh, I want to go back and listen to this later. Well, how do you get saves? You do something that's worth saving. Kind of funny enough. So it's information that they want to go back to, that they found valuable and that they want to listen back to. So yeah, try focusing more on getting saves and rather than getting views. And that's what he talked about. And I've seen that work as well.
It's interesting. So it's kind of like it rewards the person for making good quality, right? Good content. There's a lot of people that have complained about whatever platform out there. Like there's always something to complain about, but it really like leads back to like they weren't using it properly. They weren't doing a good job. And that's like that whole thing where I think it was interesting to hear Alex even say like, you got to drop your ego, and just know like the views don't matter, but at the same time, like you have to make good content if you want it to convert.
I think it's more about just as hard as it is, you have to separate yourself from being emotionally attached to your videos. It's the same thing that I said the other day with these lives. I could absolutely bomb one of these lives and it's terrible, but you know what? I'm doing another live tomorrow and another live the next day. It's the same thing with my videos. I make a video, it gets, 30 views. That's okay. I'm about to post a bunch more here in a minute and a bunch more tomorrow. So who cares?
Also, like this is just a little highlight from the week, but not necessarily school. How many views did you get in the last week on your TikTok?
The last week? A few million. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, views don't matter. Also, I got a few million.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I can actually speak on this because I have gotten a lot of views, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So we'll go over this a little bit more in depth when we talk about it on Monday. I think that Jennifer has a good comment that we should bring up.
Oh, okay. I forgot to look at it. The other thing about the views that I was going to say was I forgot. So I'm going to pull this
What we were talking about earlier.
Okay. Jennifer says, what stops me from just turning on the camera and going live probably is ego. I stopped wearing makeup because it feels gross, but the world views natural, especially older women, much differently than a man who just goes live with the hair like a tornado and bags under their eyes. Yeah, that's true. There was I forget who it was. I was listening to a lady on live the other day, say that she was really nervous to go live because she was like, oh man, so many people are going to see me. And then for the first 30 days of her going live, she had like nobody show up for her lives. And it's just, oh, that's what I was going to say about low views. Why feel bad about it? Because nobody actually saw it. So there's nothing to be embarrassed by because no one saw it but you. Because if you get low views. But there's also faceless lives. Every live I've ever done is faceless. We're faceless right now. There's ways to do it.
Mm-hmm. There are ways to do it. There's plenty of people that use like whiteboards, or they do the point of view, cooking,
pointing at your computer, pointing at a tablet. There's so many different ways to do faceless lives.
Yeah, and I would say that the fear of doing it, or like wondering. I mean, I've seen plenty of people that go live and they aren't wearing makeup, right? Or they even do the like chat with me while they're getting ready and they're putting on makeup, right? I don't wear makeup anymore. I used to wear makeup more often. Like I would say if I was to put on makeup, it's probably like once or maybe twice a year. Also just because I'm like, chemicals, it's skin, your largest organ. I'm one of those people now. But I find that like if you think about it, you almost show up that way, right? And so people can sense that, but when you show up and you just don't care, like the ones that are like, get ready with me this morning, they're like, we're not ready and we know we're not ready, right? Mm-hmm. So they have started at some point without makeup on. And that kind of confidence, you could just be like, I'm having coffee, come hang out with me. Just woke up. What was it like that song? I woke up like this, flawless, right? Just show up like that and just don't give a shit.
It's hard. I mean, I can't. I feel like I really can't speak on this because I am a dude. It is absolutely harder for women because people are assholes to women a lot of the time, and I'm not going to argue with that. But also, I think you probably care a lot more than other people do.
Yeah, honestly, people are usually more self-centered and thinking about what they look like. I used to tell people all the time, like when it was like, let's not go to this event because we're not like, we don't have this new outfit or whatever. I'm like, do you realize that most of the people out there are like wondering what you think about their outfit versus like one thinking about yours? Mm-hmm. So,
yeah. I mean, I'm super self-conscious too. There's a lot of things about myself that I'm self-conscious about.
I think that's where we're almost opposite, right? Like even though I am faceless, like, and mine is more of like a medical thing. I literally don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like if somebody likes me or dislikes me, I know that like I will say that it took a bit to be to the point where it's like I'm just so confident because I know who I am and I love who I am. And if other people don't, then that to me says way more about them. So maybe it's like a little bit of a shift.
Yeah. Yeah,
because we've talked about that before when it comes to the.
That's amazing that you have that because I do not.
Well, we've talked about that before about like the posts and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, if someone's gonna disagree with me, I'm gonna be like, okay.
You know how? Okay, let me just do a quick story.
Okay.
When I was a child, my mom would take me to the park, and I would hide behind her leg, and I wouldn't play with the other children. I was so anxious and self-conscious to talk to other children that I never had friends growing up. I would literally throw up on the way to school every single day because I was anxious about going to school and being with other people. And it took me a long, long time to get to the point where I can talk to other humans. And making the content and doing the lives like this is what has helped bring me out of my shell, and gave me a confidence boost. Seeing that this stuff, does work, and just talking on camera, and yeah, it was really, really scary, and I hated it because I'm a naturally anxious, self-conscious person. And I'm not even like close to being totally broken out of it yet. But I've grown a lot, you know, a lot of fear I
Yeah,
had to break.
I think that's part of. Well, first off, I want to say sorry that you went through that as a kid. It's not fun. But also, you know how we've talked to Jordan about like the alter ego things?
That
I
helped.
think that I've seen you do that sometimes with like when it comes to lives. It's like you turn into this different person, this different version of yourself, and you show up that way, and that's how you get it done. And then it's also, I would almost encourage you to say that that is you. Like even though it is like an altered version of you, it's still you. So that way you can take some of that confidence that you've gotten and that's been validated, right?
Yeah.
And put that back within yourself.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing, actually. I'm glad you reminded me of that. There's a lady who teaches on TikTok and TikTok lives, and her whole thing is about having celebrity energy. And I remember that like changed my life when I came across her. Basically is saying exactly what you're saying. It's like tapping into what is ultimately just the best version of yourself. And it's like imagine yourself as like, you know, you have everything you want, you've accomplished everything you want to accomplish, and you are that person. And so before I would go live or make a video, I would like take a second and be like, yeah, I'm him.
Nice. I like it. Do we want to go into more of the gems from this week?
Yeah. Okay. So hold on. This was really cool. I want to bring this up. Let me move our faces off real quick so I can pull them. I'm trying to do the sounds and the picture at the same time.
Remove our faces. It makes me think of something.
The first school wedding. It's pretty cool, huh?
It is cool. I love
Patrice
it.
and Miles got married. They met on school. That's amazing.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
And they look so perfect together, you know.
It's really sweet. You know, I'm sure there's probably others too that where people have met and ended up like getting together, but it's neat to see that because you know they're going after the same goal. They're aligned, you know.
What's really cute to me because I'm gonna do the girly thing where I'm like, oh my god. But I remember back when she was talking about like if you go read the whole thing, which is it's in Schoolers, so you can.
Yeah.
But they met at the school games event. They were like working together, all the stuff, and then there was the school games season of madness, and she
Yes.
was there, and they were there when it was going to be announced like who the winner was, and Miles was working with a community that did like a 24-hour live. And I remember it was crazy. I pretty much stayed up for that whole live too. And they were so exhausted, but she was there. And so like she snuck in and she was like saying hi and all that stuff. And so she's talking about like that was kind of when their relationship was becoming like apparent that it was like more than friends, right? And since then they were really quiet about it. They didn't announce it like everybody. Like they kept it more to themselves, right? Which is I think is
That's
like
the way,
it's
yeah.
almost like a school celebrity, you know, where they're like, we're not gonna let you guys know, but they kept it for themselves. And then when they did get engaged, obviously they did announce it and stuff. And but then they just keep crushing it. Like as they were leading up to them getting married, they also just like released some stuff for their own school communities because now they are working together on this offer, and I think they did like 100K or something
Oh,
prior
wow.
to their wedding.
I'm sure that helps pay for the
And-
wedding.
Right? And fun fact, Miles was like didn't have his suit prior to the wedding. Like he got it like really right before the wedding, like right before it. And because they are so locked in, and you could just tell that like they complement each other so well, and like the fact that their goals are so on point, going
Yeah.
towards the same thing.
It's cool
So
to
it was
see.
really cool.
Yeah, I was really excited to see that. I don't really know them as well as some other people do, but it's still, seeing them around, it's cool.
Very, very cool. And her
Yeah.
dress is gorgeous.
It is. It is. Handsome couple.
Very, very nice.
Edwin says, this is quickly becoming part of my daily routine. Yay! I'm going
Where's
to do
the
the
kid?
yay. Yay.
Oh,
Yay!
we keep
Who
doing
else? Who else is this your part of your daily routine? You know,
Yes.
my
It's mine.
I mean, it is part of my daily routine too. My I don't know if you ever watched Good Mythical Morning on YouTube. I used to watch it every single day, and it was like part of my daily routine. And yeah, I'm glad that we can do something like that for school too. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like having. I don't know what it is, but I like having something. It feels like you get to know each other, right? That's why
Yeah.
we like thank you, Edwin, for commenting on the post, because that's why we like you guys commenting on posts, so we can go back and like we can come and get to know you more and stuff like that. We love hearing what you guys have to say.
I'm gonna put this one up on screen, and I just want you to
Okay.
rant about it for a little bit while I mute
Oh,
myself.
jeez.
It's the whole purging your community. I'm gonna let you rant about it for a few seconds while I gotta mute. Oh, Jada. Hello, hello.
I left
Hello?
the stage because I fucking hate this so much.
Well,
Oh
I just
my
want to hear your
God.
thoughts on it. Well, I gotta make a quick thing. I gotta get a phone call. So just rant about it
Okay.
for just a second.
So this is how I feel. We're just gonna play this a million times. So comment or get removed. This was all right. When I first joined Skool, this was becoming popular by some creators of like, this is how you get your people out of level 1. You threaten the shit out of them. And I don't know, we're going to get in trouble for this live now. I don't even care. But it's such a non-community thing to remove members from your community. I've heard all the excuses. Well, we only want people that are truly engaged, or we want people that are serious, or people that are going to take action. We want people that like really want to be a part of the community. Okay, fine. I will also hate your community forever. There you go.
Oh
It's
wow.
kind of like it's kind of like at the Alex Hormozy thing when he was telling people in the 100, he's like, you can like join, but you better be doing stuff, otherwise I will hate you forever. That's how I feel about this thing when you remove lurkers, because it's so demanding, and I feel like it's so full of ego, where you're saying, I demand you to interact with me. It feels so narcissistic, and it gives me the ick. And then I think about all the people that might have, maybe they had a bad experience in a community before. Maybe before they post or they comment something, they want to trust you. Maybe someone has ever like taken their words and like twisted it, or maybe they're not good at learning how to communicate via like text or all of that, and they just don't feel comfortable. Maybe they saw your community and they're like, I don't want to forget this community, but I do want to go ahead and join it now, because right now is a busy time in my life, but I'm going to come back. All these different things. Like, they may have saw your community. Like, let me give you a scenario. Somebody just went through the worst day of their life. Somebody in their family died. Okay? They are trying to numb their mind and like find places that they'll be able to like distract themselves, but they don't have the mental energy or capacity to actually engage. But they are going to a community to start to feel like involved. They get to see everybody's like fun interactions, and maybe someday they're going to get to the point where they could engage, or maybe they just needed your community for the moment to help them get out of that severe depression, grief, anxiety, whatever is going on for them. And then instead you're over there like, you better talk or you're out of here. Like, fuck off. Now I'm going on a rant.
Now you're gonna crash out. Oh man, I knew you would have a lot to say about this. I've been seeing it in a few different places here recently. I mean, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to up the engagement, but it's kind of
Fuck that.
It's kind of a it's kind of a strange way to do it.
It's disgusting.
Like I've always said, it's like, okay, imagine you're at a party or something, and there's a person over in the corner that's too nervous to talk, and they're just they're drinking their little drink over there, and instead of going over there to help engage them in your conversations, you say, hey, you're not talking, so you gotta leave. Like, it's weird.
I also was the person back in like junior and senior year, people recognized it more, where if somebody was bullying somebody or like pressuring them to do stuff, I was the person that would make it my job to go tell that person to go fuck themselves. So yeah, this is me as a grown-up version going, you're gonna remove people because they didn't want to engage the way you wanted them to engage. Yeah, fuck yourself.
Well,
When I see
I don't know if you
it's
said
so
it, but
hard for me.
I think
It's
people
so
treat
hard
it
for
like
me
a
in
funnel.
schoolers. Yeah, like funnel bros, go get a website. You don't deserve to have a community. There you go. That's how I feel. I'm like, if you're gonna be a funnel bro, like, okay, funnels, I get it. We all have funnels, and you're gonna like everybody's gonna have their own funnel thing, but you have to treat your community like they're people. You have to show up and want to be with part of them. That's one of the things that was important to me when we decided to do this morning show. Is like, when I became a Schoolers mod, there was some people that were making it very difficult for me to be able to do lives in my community, but I still wanted to come hang out with people, right? So we were doing this in a different way so that I can spend time with our people. Like, I want to. That's something that's important to me because it is a community to me. But I had to come up with a different creative way to do this, right? And that is, I feel like if I was just doing a funnel, if I was doing just a funnel, it would be so clear. Like, I would have already had pay offer. I could do high ticket sales. I've done it all, but I don't want to do that because I'd rather be with the people. Like, okay, we better stop before I actually literally crash out.
Today's our crash out day.
Yep.
This was a good comment by Jennifer. I think it depends on community, but I agree it's not a good community if they act like that. It may be a profitable one. That's all they care about. Maybe that's where they should do it because decent folks don't need that energy anyways.
When I'm in Schoolers and I see these posts, I'm like, Jesse has to, like, he's like holding me back from from crashing out. He'll go say something and then I'm like, yes, what Jesse said, because it's known that I'm going to be like, why would you get rid of people that chose to be part of your community, right? Like, they chose to be a part of your community and they chose not to leave. And you're going to be like, yeah, leave, bro. Like, okay, I don't care if you succeed or not anymore because you're just going to get rid of people when they're not the way you want them to be. Anyways.
Maybe this was a mistake.
Yes, this is your mistake.
But I knew you would yap about it for a long time, and I knew I had to take that phone call.
Nice. Yeah, so that's basically, I was trying to go with the nice version when I was just saying this. Yeah. And I'm like, no.
Do we want to call it a day, or do you want me to bring up another topic?
But let's bring up another topic so we
Okay.
end it where I'm not like this.
Okay. So this has been a topic of conversation I've seen a lot on Schoolers this week, and it is the freemium versus not to freemium. And there's a few. I just picked this one, but I saw some people asking, like, should you do free trial? Does freemium work? I've seen quite a few people saying that freemium is absolutely not working for them. This is actually the first person I've seen that said that freemium works so well for them. So what are your thoughts? Freemium versus free trial? Do you have a preference?
I think things work if you will take time to figure out how they work.
Yeah.
So I think free trials work for those that are doing free trials, but they better get them a quick win in the first 7 days. And I don't think that the free trials should be easily accessible. I like the way Mikey does it, where he turns it on and then turns it off. Yeah, freemium, you're going to need really, like, you need to cut off how much you're giving for free. You have to have a point. Like, it's the same thing as the 7-day trial, but you can make it longer than 7 days. But get them their win, help them make a very clear path to their win, and then there needs to be a very clear path where they would obviously want to go to the next one. People worry about talking in the free version of it, and I don't think that's a problem because, you know, people can talk about it. They're still going to want the implementation. And if somebody does get something for free because you had it in freemium and they were able to connect the dots or whatever, good for them. Good for them.
Yeah.
So just people that shit on stuff like this is just because they just didn't take the time, or they tried to force something that, like, you can't force a high ticket thing into freemium, right? So it just
Right.
depends on what you're doing. You got to think about it a little bit more. That's
just
why it's
whatever you
probably
choose.
better to have, it's better to have somebody that understands business. A lot of people are getting into Skool and they don't understand business at all. So
Well, that's what
find
I've heard
somebody
people
that can help
saying is
you.
that they're saying freemium's actually harder to do.
Um, I would say for a brand new person that is gonna probably feel like they have to learn how to value themselves, freemium is gonna be hard for them, because a lot of times people don't like to talk about this, or they don't like to sell it, but mindset is like probably the biggest part of business, right?
Yeah.
And so most people go into business owning without ever having business experience and not having the right mindset. So for them to overcome their mindset problems and try to do a freemium, that would probably be very hard for them.
Yep.
But that's the one that they're gonna want to do because they don't value themselves.
Yep. I
So.
mean, preach. Well, there's one more thing I want to share, and then we could call it a day. This is freaking cool. I cannot believe that he did this and pulled it off. Okay, so you know how you lost the flame, right?
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Okay, well, this guy said, fuck it. And he somehow managed
Oh yeah.
to skip
It looks
certain
way
days.
better in dark mode, by the way.
Hush.
It
But how
does,
cool
it
is
does.
that? He's like, I'm
It
just
is
not
cool.
going to do anything. He intentionally. That took a lot of that's months of that's like a whole year of planning.
This is not their real account though. Like, it's their secondary account.
But
so
still,
that's why it was easy to do.
It's still how cool is that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. I agree, Sarah. Mindset is the biggest part. That's right.
Yup. All right, so we are gonna have obviously we're not gonna be out live during the weekends, because that's family time. But we are going to be back Monday, and we will go over more stuff that we learned from the school games recording.
Because there's just so much.
Yes. There's just so much value and stuff. So if you want to share that, I'll make a post later inside the What is School community so that you guys can share like timestamps or something, and we'll make sure to include that.
Yeah.
Ba, ba, ba.
Oh, Sarah says, dude must have a second account. Yeah. Yeah, you called it. All right. Well, this has been an interesting episode. We both had crash outs. We both had crazy, weird stories. I mean, this was some valuable. I mean, the value here, guys, it was a lot of value. And yeah, it's been amazing. I don't know why I started talking like this. Last question. Be back for also bring your coffee Monday because it's our coffee day. Bring your cold coffee. Yep.
At the end, I just start playing all sorts of different sound bites.
Oh yeah. Happy full moon day. Try not to crash out like we did. All right. I'll see you Monday in the future. Okay, bye.
Bye.